They got a new move where it's like you do a spin dash in the air, and whenever you land, it does a spin dash.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? I thought it was a replacement for the bounce attack.
No, it's a spin dash that you do in the air.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Oh, so you actually have to press the jump button while holding down, then?
I believe so, yes. That seems like the situation.
That makes it much cooler.
Yeah.
That actually makes it also compatible with all the shields. Wow!
Oh, yeah.
My commendations.
That said, this level gets really annoying.
I forgot about this. See, I'm so used to seeing footage of all the later versions, I forgot there was actually a version of this game that was quite literally a very bland recolor.
Yeah. It's also just a really annoying stage. Just everything about it just gets real annoying. And compounded by the fact that the stage is also really long.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That said, I am glad that I'm playing as Mighty because that means that I can jump on top of the spiky guys.
Oh yeah, Insta-shield, right?
Yep. And I don't have to worry about caterpillars either because Insta-shield. Although I call it the air shield. To sort of, like, match the whole elemental shield thing that happens with the other shields, you know?
That makes sense.
It also looks like it's made of air.
A lot of people have said that it would make sense if Sonic ever got an additional elemental shield. One of them would be wind, and it would just increase the range of the air shield.
Yeah. It'd be good. And also, this part's really annoying with the timing. Because you got spikes and a fireball just jumping out and up and down constantly. Whoa. Yeah, this game, it just loves to throw things that you can't see at your face. Especially as Sonic, because then you're moving really fast, and then you really can't see what's going on. Like, I'm playing as Mighty, and he's easily the slowest character in the game, and I'm still gonna run into stuff that I can barely... Okay, there's something.
Hey look, it's something you barely saw!
Yeah! But seriously, a lot of this game feels like it wasn't really designed with Mighty in mind, because a lot of sections... are designed with the ability to lightspeed dash in mind, where you go along a trail of rings to reach another area, or to go into a trap that they set up for you, like this right here. This is clearly a light dash segment, but Mighty can't light dash, so he can't do all that stuff.
At least the game accounts for that.
Yeah.
And you're not punished for not having something that they don't give you.
Well, actually, you kind of are at some points. Because
fair enough.
because there's a lot of times where the easier path to go on requires you to light dash to that pathway.
I suppose that's the trade-off. Mighty can actually get a fire shield in this stage and not have to worry about the lava. But
I mean, sort of. There haven't been any fire shields so far.
That's fair. See, that's the problem, is a system like this is entirely dependent on the level designers being flawless in their execution of said level design.
Mm-hmm. And they're good, but I wouldn't call them flawless.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with just the fact that it was an early fan game, that at least this version of the game is just refining all the previous versions. What I love about the unreleased versions that came around the time that the game sort of collapsed in on itself is that they were really going for some really unique stuff that took elements you wouldn't expect. Like, I think Starry Night Zone ended up having...
Oh, here's a fire shield. But it's
Oh, there we
underneath
go.
spikes that are going to kill me instantly if I mess this up for like even one frame. Got it.
Go.
And I'm just going to store that.
As I recall, Starry Night Zone ended up using things from, like, the Sonic 3 bonus stages. You know, those little wheelie things that you circle around?
Yeah.
The electric doodads. They use that as part of the stage. Stuff like that's really creative, and I have a huge amount of appreciation for that. So, the new level designs looked amazing. It's just such a shame that the game never got finished.
Yeah. Also notably, getting a shield requires 5 rings.
Oh, as in, like, the exchange takes rings?
Yeah. You can store shields freely for no charge, but if you want to reclaim one of your shields again, that's going to cost you some rings, buddy.
I think the ring cost mechanic is a really cool idea.
Mm-hmm. Shadow also has an ability like this, except instead of getting his shields back, he has a dash that costs 5 rings.
I would love to see a Shadow playstyle based around a bunch of Chaos Power that uses the rings as the cost.
Yeah.
Rather than have, like, a Kaioken meter. He could just have a chaos exchange for a certain amount of rings. You know, considering what they're supposed to be in universe.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes my fire shield. Because I couldn't see the bat coming.
That ledge animation is amazing.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Just gotta wait for this. Also, Mighty looks a little bit out of place compared to the other characters because Sonic uses his Sonic 1 sprite for some reason. Whereas Mighty is from Knuckles Chaotix, which is a 32-bit game.
At the very least, I think they kind of redid a couple things about this sprite here.
Maybe.
A lot of his animations are borrowed from Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he goes off a spring and goes into that weird ninja landing.
Yeah, there's definitely that. Oh, and there's the ninja landing.
There we go. Whoever redrew those it did an amazing job, at least. It
Oh,
does
yeah.
fit in better than it would have otherwise.
Oh, no Chaos Throw minigame this time. Oh well.
That was a long stage.
Yeah! Yeah, this is a long stage, dude. I'm probably just gonna be like record straight through the game and then split this up into episodes later or something.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine with that. I think Audacity's being okay with it. Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Cool. Alright, so there's a fire shield right up here. So, you know what we're gonna do with this? We're gonna store it. Plus, there's invincibility, like, right there. Now, notably, this game is a little bit of a jerk right here. So they give you invincibility, and you're running along, and it's like, oh man, yeah, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome, and then there's these crushers. And, as far as I can tell, you can't run straight through them at all. They're gonna kill you if you try to do that. Whoa, that's a pit.
One thing I am noting about the level design here, one thing that some people hate, some people love, depends on how you feel about Labyrinth Zone in general. But in the original Sonic 1, since you did go back to Labyrinth Zone for Scrap Brain Zone Act 3, a lot of people who actually like Labyrinth Zone to an extent, such as myself, would argue that it allowed for the developers to take previously used mechanics from a previous zone and present them in an end-of-the-level difficulty mode, doing things that they couldn't have gotten away with earlier on in the game. I feel like this game was trying to do that at points, be the Labyrinth Zone Act 4 of an entirely new game, and to that extent I can appreciate that.
That makes sense. And, I mean, I can definitely see where you're coming from there. But,
Doesn't mean it works.
sometimes the game just gets really annoying with it.
Oh yeah, no. Again, whenever I praise something in concept like that, I'm taking the Matthew Matosis approach, where I'm praising it for its potential more than I'm praising it for its actual results.
Yes. Also, they give you a water shield here. For Mighty, that's not really that big of a deal, but remember, if you're playing as Sonic or Shadow, you don't get to store your shield, and they just gave you a fire shield. So, for the other characters, that's kind of like a screw you right there. Like, hey, yeah, you thought you were going to have a fire shield? Well, here, have a water shield instead. But I'm playing as Mighty, so it doesn't matter.
I do find it weird that they have all 4 shields for every character when, like, for example, in this level, there's absolutely no difference for Shadow between getting a water shield and getting a regular shield.
Yeah. Well, actually, there is a slight difference.
Huh?
The elemental shields can deflect certain projectiles, like Buzz Bomber shots, whereas the regular shield doesn't do that.
They worked it into this.
Yeah.
I forgot, and that's fantastic.
It
Okay,
is.
never mind. That's pretty cool.
Now, it's a minor thing, obviously.
Oh, that's the thing though, is I've always found Sonic to find his strength in subtlety, and whenever you're not subtle, like sticking a spiky-doo there, and having him just be waiting for you up top, that's not exactly subtle.
No.
and fair and interesting.
No, it's not. But yeah, and then of course there's the magnet shield, which magnetizes rings. And then of course there's the fire shield, which is obviously useful in this level. I don't think I need to go over why. I hope I don't anyway.
No, tell. What is this mystical fire shield you speak of?
You see, it's a sack of outdated memes. Don't ever use the fire shield, guys. It's a sack of outdated memes.
But enough talk. Have at you.
Alright. So yeah, there's a fireball there. Just comes out of nowhere. That fireball has hit me so many times, guys. I really don't like that fireball. It's not appropriate.
Waiting on the ledge for you.
Oh. No
You
fireball.
don't get crushed by the top of that in this version.
Nope.
I commend that. That's actually a good improvement.
Here's a pretty easy one up. Notably, there's a lot of areas where there's just lots of enemies constantly around the area. And for a long time, I didn't realize that... Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, I'm okay. I'm alive.
You'll be well done.
But, yeah, apparently... Oh my gosh, I cannot... Oh, okay.
Okay, that death animation looked a little silly.
Yeah, it did. Sonic and Shadow have the light speed attack. It costs rings for them to use it, but they have it, and so whenever you see lots of enemies all in the same area, that's why you're supposed to be using the light speed attack there, because it homes in on every enemy on the screen. But of course, Mighty doesn't have the light speed attack, so I can't do that.
I guess looking back, it bothers me a little that Sonic and Shadow are so similar, given the fact that they really could have had some amazing differences, and Shadow could have been his own thing.
Yeah. Because that, really, the only difference between Sonic and Shadow is that whenever you double jump as Sonic, you launch forward, like a homing attack. And then, of course, Sonic does have a homing attack. Meanwhile, Shadow, whenever he double jumps upwards. And that's it.
Like, imagining Tails and Knuckles put back in this game, if it was just Sonic the way he controls now, compared to Tails and Knuckles is the way they controlled in, say, Sonic 3, it would make sense that Sonic would have all these extra little abilities he can do with rings, by charging with a light attack, by homing attack, I believe he can also do in this game, right?
Yes, he can use the homing attack.
So that's a lot of really cool creative stuff that they can do with Sonic's moveset, and Tails can fly, and Knuckles can climb walls, glide, and punch through breakable walls without having to worry about anything. I find that stuff really fascinating on its own, so none of the other characters really need anything special to put them apart from Sonic, and Sonic has a bunch of stuff in this game that sets him apart from the other characters in the series.
Yes.
Shadow doesn't in this game.
Not
He's
really.
Just Sonic with the boosts and
A double
lacking...
jump.
Yeah. Oh, and a double jump. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I would prefer it if they went for a more, Shadow is also unique. Maybe slower. I like the games that set Shadow as slower because it at least means his focus is somewhere else.
Yes. Notably, I mean, the fact that Shadow does have a double jump instead of launching forward does mean that Shadow is actually quite a bit slower than Sonic is for much of the game.
That does go some way towards mediating.
Even if his top speed isn't technically lower, he just has fewer ways. Well, no, Mighty's top speed isn't lower either. They all have the same speed.
Knuckles, though, in Sonic 3.
Knuckles in Sonic 3.
Pretty
Also,
sure
I couldn't see that. I couldn't see that coming. It killed me immediately, but I couldn't see it coming.
This is a 2D Sonic game meant to be played like a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're supposed to be able to assess every situation ahead of time, while also running headfirst into every single one.
Yeah, that really is how this game is designed, though. That really is how this game is designed.
That's the unfortunate thing about fan games, is it's really difficult, especially if you've never had any experience or training in the field, to exactly specify what it is that makes good level design or anything like that. That's why I like Matthew Matosa so much. He's basically an entire course in game design presented with a sexy Irish accent, and that's all I need. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first in a series of 5 reviews I'll be doing on Sonic Megamix, and he's really fun to hear because he goes into depth. Have you ever listened to? I think his name is Shay Mays. He's one of the guys who does a lot of Digino gaming stuff, and he did a 3-part series on Sonic the Hedgehog and talked about the entire series and where Sonic has gone wrong, and basically gives a very Matthew Matosis critical analysis of the entire series. I have so much respect for that video, and a lot of his criticisms are really interesting to compare against Sonic Mania and Project 2017.
Yeah. I have not watched that, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like 4 hours long in total.
Oh,
it's
boy!
A 3-part series. But the 3rd part I love because he spends the first 2 parts critiquing the gameplay and story, respectively, of Sonic, just because he considers both worth consideration. His 3rd video is him saying, alright, so I spent the last 2 episodes telling you how Sonic should and shouldn't be done, but now I'm going to demonstrate to you one way that Sonic could be done, and presents his own idea for a game.
That was
takes,
a
like,
7-minute
an hour
level. I didn't even die that
we
much.
Hope you've enjoyed this part. Check back in tomorrow when we have our half-hour part that's just Dark Fortress Zone Act 3.
Oh my gosh.